Yeah, it's combat ready. We have 4 aerosol cans in the wild in this awesome trash pit that we pulled off in public land. And we're gonna go for a record time on all 4 cans. You ready? Beep. You got a little ambitious there. Yeah. Holy smokes. I'm not even gonna lie, this is probably going to end up becoming a Glaze Fest review because this is probably my new favorite 9mm rifle to date. And I'm not just saying that, genuinely, it's been a very long time since I've had this much fun with a firearm. And you might just be wondering, what am I even looking at? Is it an MP5? Is it an AR? To kick this video off, I need to explain to you guys exactly what's going on here, and what better way to do that than to chrono this. This thing essentially bleeds off gases at the barrel via a ported barrel and takes your supersonic 9mm and makes it super duper quiet subsonic 9mm. Just like an MP5 SD. So here we have some AAC and NATO spec rounds. These things are pretty hot and they go about 1,200 feet per second normally. 1093, 1112, 1066, 1050. So we are significantly slowing these rounds down and then expanding all those gases into this just massive volume of suppressor, making it a ludicrously quiet gun. It's so cool. I love it. Guns are just cool. All the mechanical things about it, all the gases, all the flow, all the look, dudes will just hear things that make clicky noises and be like, hell yeah. And this is obviously not a ported barrel, so we're gonna see what the full velocity, not the same size barrel, but at least they're still going supersonic out of this Walther P. This is like my Splinter Cell gun, dude. This thing is so sick. Anyway, here we go. Do a whole video on this. 1260, 1241, 1260. Yeah, so we're slowing them down by almost as much as 200 feet per second, as little as 50?
Yeah, give or take.
So just, there it is. Now what we are looking at here is the Broad River Tactical CAR-15 SD. That is right, this is actually a SD variant. There are ports, which we'll take this whole thing apart and we'll show you, that take supers. These are 124 grain supersonic 9mm rounds, and it slows them down. You don't need ears. Like, this is extremely hearing safe. There's not even like first round pop with this. So we're running the Cat Mob 9mm suppressor, and the rest of this build is extremely purposely put together. Now, 90% of it put together to look sick, and I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks sick. The Ace SOCOM stock combined with that like MP5 SD front end, but it's all in an AR-15 package. It's just like, it's so unique, and looking cool is 50% of the battle. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if World War III kicks off and you don't have good looking gear, you are going to be so bummed, okay? The people shooting at you, they'll be laughing at you and pointing and calling you names like, look at this guy, he has a bone stock M&P Sport. And you're gonna feel really bad about yourself. Promise, that's what you'll be thinking in the heat of combat. Before we break this thing down, I also wanna say that this particular model goes from safe, it goes to fire, and it also goes over there. YouTube will not let me monetize that, so that will be available on Pepperbox, talking about how I got this to run with a super safety. It does run very well, I'll tell you that much, but it did require some fine tuning because there's not a whole lot of recoil or buffer weight that allows, you know, the trigger to reset. So if you're curious on how I got that to work, head over to Pepperbox And we have to thank our sponsors. Sponsors like Optics Planet, who just sent me out this Trijicon MRO HD or SD. I can't remember which one this is. It's the new Trijicon MRO. They fixed all the parallax issues and all that. Go watch Hop's video on it. I love watching Hop's videos on optics. Use my coupon code. You can actually save on these, even though they're brand new. The coupon code is MICAHM. Thank you, Optics Planet. Americana Pipedream Apparel. Guys, go get your drip over there. All the military surplus. They're phenomenal dudes. Support their business. I love them very much. Coupon code BUSSI. All the ammo that we're firing today is actually purchased by me at Shields because the ammo that Badlands Ammo sent me was already subsonic and it was just not enough ass behind it. But the coupon code to get ammo from Badlands is Micah. Now, let's get into the video. What should I say before I execute these guys? Stop illegally dumping trash! Just kidding. Keep illegally dumping trash so that way I can shoot it. This build is super exciting to me. There's a lot of companies involved with this project to make this awesome build come to life. And the first company that I need to shout out to is Cold Harbor Supply. They have these laser speed M6 TRVs. Unlike any other AR-15 or whatever modern firearm, there's not really a good place to put a light on this thing. It just like the MP5 SD, you used to see those dudes running like hose clamps and flashlights down below. Now, it's the 21st century. We can't be doing that, right? So what I went ahead and did is got this laser speed M6 TRV. This is a 4-in-1, so white light, we have our Viz, we have our flood, we have our IR. Guys, it really kind of has it all. You can adjust your beam here, you can adjust all your settings here. This is so perfect for a build like this. It solves any issues you have with not being able to fit. You know, you don't need to go get an obnoxious diving board and raise it up to get your laser over super tall. You need to get your GBRS goober mount, as I have like a fucking skyscraper MRO on here. Yeah. You have it all in one package. I just turned the light on, look at that. This is kind of the star of the show. This really completes this build for me. I really can't say enough good things about it. I'm not a full-on laser reviewer guy. In fact, I'm hardly even a gun reviewer. I'm mostly just so don't take my opinions for it. Go out, get one yourself. And then if it sucks, you wasted money. We actually have 2 suppressors involved with this, and that's gonna be on the Pepperbox version as well. The other suppressor, let's just go get it. Okay, so this is what we have going on with this build. What makes it so quiet, what makes it so awesome is this magic right here. So you may notice the gun basically has non-existent recoil. I'm just gonna like pussyfoot around on this thing. Those are plus P rounds. If we put some normal rounds in there, like those were NATO spec, you will see how insane this gun functions. So first 2 rounds are your like normal federal PMC whatever load. It basically doesn't move at all. And now we're gonna go to our NATO spec rounds. So now we're gonna show you the magic behind this system. It's very much so just an actual MP5 SD operation, right? The MP5 SD has ports at the base of the barrel that bleed off gases that make it so your 9mm round that is supersonic and has a supersonic crack now does not have that supersonic crack. It's going below the speed of sound and they just kind of out of there. That's what it sounds like. Should we just do it? Should we just send it? I don't know how hot this thing.
Grab it, dude.
Oh. Okay, so here we have our.
A little spicy.
Let's shoot it without that adapter on. Why not, you know? I don't expect this to cycle because it does require the pressure of the can to actually operate this thing, but I should have thought about that. Hurt my face. That was a dumb thing to even bring up, but that's okay. That's not why we're here. What we are here to show is this is a Dead Air Wolfman and this is a Cat Mob. Now, both of these suppressors use different like hubs. That's why Broad River sells multiple of them. So you'll take your normal 9mm suppressor and, you know, obviously you can't stuff the barrel in your can like you can on an MP5 SD. It would just run into the barrel. So Broad River makes these adapters. This is basically where all the gases from the barrel bleed off into this chamber and then proceed to fill up our can and provide all the suppression that you may need. Now, this is where Pepper Box is gonna come in handy. This is a higher pressure can than the Cat Mob. If you're going to run an FRT, so for Pepper Box, we'll just go ahead and start the FRT portion. If that isn't a trash dumping build with the 40 stendo on there, okay? I've got a field of trash in front of me. I've got my boys out here. I've got a cooler full of beers. Dude, this is ridiculously fun. Oh my gosh. Words cannot express how much fun it is to turn supers into subs. It's cheap. It's affordable. This thing is all the controls that you're familiar with. You have your safety, magazine releases, bolt, like everything functions like you're exactly used to. And that is why I love this. I do PCC videos all the time. And at the end of the PCC video, you know, it's either a good or a bad PC, and most PCCs are just bad. I always find myself wondering, what's the point of this? Like, I would rather just shoot an AR-15. Why? Pistol caliber carbines are just like short 5.56 with worse controls and like a little bit more recoil. Nobody really needs a pistol caliber carbine. A 10.5, 5.56 really puts them in the dirt a lot better. Now, what this does, the same as an AR-15, this almost tips the tides for me personally. It is an AR-15 with less recoil and no sound, and it's extremely affordable to shoot. So if you were looking for a home defense gun and you're the guy who thinks that a PCC is the way to go, I think this is the PCC to choose for home defense. You're not waking your family up, your kids up, that you don't want them to see anything crazy, you know, anything like that. You're not gonna like concuss yourself every time you shoot. Even a normal, like, suppressed PCC with some nasty rounds in there is gonna hurt your ears indoors. This will absolutely not. Now, I did bring a box of G9 and a gel block, and I kind of wanted to just shoot a whole mag on this position. I do want to give a shout out to Mean Arms for making a really awesome 9mm AR magazine. There's not a whole lot of options out there for those, and I think Mean is making probably the best. These are more like competition mags, but they also make the endo mags, which are inserts for this thing. So you don't have to go out and buy new magazines. All you need to do is get the insert. And that is what feeds 30 rounds of 9mm in our EMAG right here. This is more of just like a feed ramp. And then back here is where the 9 actually, you know, lives. All you do is you strip the guts from your old magazine, you take this one and you jam it in. And they do come with 10 round restrictors on there that you have to cut, but they just do that so they can ship them to all the states. You now have a 9mm whatever mag you owned before. The next best thing that I like about this as a PCC is magazines being, you know, compatible with the rigs. That's why I'm actually wearing this today. Why did I spend money on expensive gear to just mag dump trash? I might as well at least like wear it. You know, you don't need to go out and buy any new pouches for your kit. And everyone's gonna think you have 300 blackout. Here we also have subsonic rounds. These are Jello shots from Badlands. I'm gonna show you why specifically this gun is rated for 115 grain and 124 grain. You really don't wanna put subsonic ammo in a gun that already turns supersonic ammo into subsonic ammo. 800 feet per second. Let's see if it cycled. Yeah, 850. It's cycling. 840. Yeah, not enough to lock back. I'm actually very surprised that it even cycled with this cat suppressor, because this thing is like, it has like no gas, but 800 feet per second is wildly slow. Not recommended. Don't buy subs. Don't shoot subs through this. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go put gel blocks somewhere in the trash pile out there. I'm gonna kick this thing over to my FRT mode. We're gonna slow motion it, and we're gonna load a mag of G9. G9 is my favorite home defense round. It's not even close. It's low recoiling, and it does an extremely large amount of damage. This gun is also already low recoiling, so you combine the two and an FRT, and this is gonna be an absolute menace. All right, so now we have G9 loaded up in here. Like I said, that's my favorite ammo. This particular G9 is 77 grain ammo, so I don't know if this is actually gonna bleed that lightweight projectile off enough, but this is what I would put in here if I were doing home defense. I hope it goes subsonic. 50-50, I think it might still make a crack. Yeah, 14, 16. That was supersonic. Dan, you're not wearing ears, I'm not wearing ears, but it was super bearable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like, that's kind of just hats off to the cat mob. That one was loud. 1468, cool. Now, let's switch her over to that mode and let's go dump this gel block and see what it would do to a bad guy. It's like Wreck-It Ralph. It's like, just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. We found a lovely tire to put my gel block on. Thank you for carrying that over. This is my wife, Grace. Grace.
Reminded me of something.
Grace, do you have anything to say to the camera?
This is like the—
Shut up, bitch!
She's back over on her like chair she brought. I feel kind of bad because she doesn't know I'm totally just putting the Rock cameo meme in there, and she just gave a whole explanation that's not making it in, but I love you, Grace. We got our trusty gel block down there. We got a mag full of G9. I love G9. I can't stress that enough. I think this is gonna be very violent. Let's see if I can get the height over bore right. All right, bad day to be a bad guy.
Dude, that sounded crazy.
You know what the craziest part about that is? I mean, sure, we're only like 10 yards or whatever away. That emphasizes what I was talking about earlier on why I think this is one of the best, like, where you aim this, the bullets go. It's the least most profound thing I've ever said. Every gun does that. It's so easy to just hold the trigger down and like maintain a perfect sight picture and just tell your rounds where to go. From 10 yards, I mean, look at this, dude. They're all just stacked right there. It wasn't difficult at all. Dude, that was so satisfying sounding.
Yeah.
If I had like a full mag of 30 in there, the G9 is already so low recoiling, and you take it, the SD, like venting off the gases, like, it feels like an airsoft gun. You can literally just put all 30 rounds in a group like the size of your fist, dude. That is absolutely insane. Now, as far as the price on these things, I'm gonna be real with you. I personally think they're criminally underpriced. I'd love to hear what you guys think. They are $829 with the complete charging handle and BCG. That does not come with the adapter. And that's gonna be like, what, another $200, and then you gotta get your can. So it's definitely like, what, $1,000 if you already own a suppressor. If you don't own a suppressor, that might just push you right around $2,000. I think that's a good price. What do you want from me? I believe that it uses the CMMG radial delay system. You can kind of see it right here. If you push the bolt, it's like spring loaded. What that does is that bolt is going up into that barrel and kind of locking. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the radial delay CMMG kits. I'm kind of newer to it, not super well versed, and to be honest, I'm not an engineer. I'm not gonna pretend like I know exactly how it works. It feels really good. All I know is that the gun shoots extremely soft, and I'm guessing that radial delay does play a portion in it. You take a really slow-moving subsonic round, a radial delay blowback system, and it's already a low recoiling 9mm round, and really you just have a gun that can stack 30-round magazines into a like fist-size cone. Very impressive. This is a PCC that I think is more compelling than other things on the market, between being able to store mags in your pre-existing mag pouches, between having supers being turned into subs, between it using familiar AR-15 controls and parts. You're going to feel right at home. It shoots like an absolute dream, has almost no recoil. Like I said at the very beginning, this was gonna turn into a glaze fest on this gun. No, I did not get paid to do this review. You've seen guys like Print, Shoot, Repeat and Administrative Results touch theirs, or get their hands on Broad River Tactical products. I haven't seen their reviews, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing like a 5-star. In my opinion, this is a perfect build. The little SOCOM stock on there, Trijicon MRO, laser speed, M6 TRV from Cold Harbor Supply with their little white light head on there, the Cat Mob, LMT ambidextrous lower, and just for sheer coolness factor, because let's be honest, if it doesn't look good, then what's the point? We have the main arms adapters in our E-mags. Guys, that is the review on the Broad River Tactical CAR-15 SD. I'm gonna give this like my mega stamp of approval. I don't think this is a great like competition PCC. I think that this is a very practical PCC though. For people who are looking for PCCs as a serious firearm, I think this actually fits that bill. Better than a lot of these joker companies coming out with just the goofiest 9mm PCCs that you've ever seen that are not good for comp or self-defense, and it's just, they fall flat. This does not give these guys a look. Yeah,